Depression is the boogeyman. It literally doesn't exist. The moment that you look into the bed, depression goes away. So if you want to continue to wallow in your depression and allow low negative states to exist in your mental emotional framework, then please leave this video. If you realize that the labels that you use, the words that you use are literally conditioning your mental emotional framework and that creates your world and your reality, then keep listening. Depression is the boogeyman. It only exists if you allow it to exist. The moment that you look under the bed, it literally goes away. So in this video, I'm going to share how and why that's the case. Also, a few stories as to what I've gone through, low negative states that some may have defined as depression. But ultimately, when it comes to things that do not serve you, labels, depression, anxiety, tired, hard, not many people get it. Whatever it is, it can be a story, it can be a narrative, it can be a label, but ultimately those labels, those stories, those narratives, they carry mental, emotional outcomes and patterns and states that you feel in your being. And when you realize that things that do not serve you are literally not worthy to exist in your brain and your emotions and your nervous system framework, it literally is not worthy for you to allow them to exist in your human brain, in your soul, in your body, in your nervous system, in your emotions. The moment that you realize that you can literally kill it from existence, starve it, and it goes away like a fucking phantom. Depression is a ghost, that is a phantom that you are projecting from your own human brain and making it real. If you allow any form of depression, low negative state to exist in your human life, you are allowing that to affect your actions, your behaviors, which further reinforces that reality. It further reinforces that reality. Something about human life is that everything that we do, what we allow to exist in our mental emotional framework and what we allow ourselves to do, it literally reinforces who we are and how we feel and who we are literally conditioning and training ourselves to be. So when you realize that things that you allow to exist in your own inner world literally has the direct effect in your mental emotional framework, which creates a pattern of feeling, a pattern of seeing life in a literal physiological way of feeling about human life and how you feel about the life that you are leading. It literally affects your actions, your behaviors, and the story that you are allowing to guide your life. What story are you allowing to guide your life? What patterns are you reinforcing in your mind, in your emotions, in your nervous system, and in your body? Because the thing is that action reinforces identity. Literally, about humans, action, behavior reinforces identity. Do you want to change who you are? Literally just do the fucking thing. Do whatever it is that you want to do. It has nothing to do with changing your body, making videos, being a writer, being a movie star, being a phenomenal salesperson, being more charismatic, being more on fire, being exactly who you want to be. It's literally just doing the fucking thing. Like, literally just do the thing and do it again. Like, duh. Normal, but that's how we reinforce identity, and that's how you rewire your emotions and your nervous system and your brain. But depression is the fucking boogeyman. Things that don't serve your human brain, your human life, your human nervous system and emotions, you literally should not allow them to exist in your own inner world. Fuck labels that don't serve you. Fuck stories that don't serve you. Fuck anything that does not serve love, conditioning, growth, the win, and progression forward. Progression forward, being fucking better, and being on fire the rest of your human life, because you realize that you don't get energy, attention, time back. You don't get the day back. You don't get that interaction back. So go through the OODA-loo of that low negative state, anxious, depressed, low. Weaponize your physiology so you don't feel fucking low. So that goes away or gets cut down by about 90%. Look, we're still human, so we're still gonna go through cycles of feeling, thoughts, and emotions. But reinforce that OODA-loo and use your body, your physiology to feel on fire. And when you do find yourself in a lower negative state, what can you do to get yourself out of it? Whether it's movement, cleaning, or killing the static of your brain, your emotions, and your nervous system. Because if your room's messy, that's fucking static. If your house is messy, that's static. If you have conversations that you have not had, that you need to have, that's static. If you are allowing things to exist that you know that you need to do, later, tomorrow, next year, or if you have unmade decisions, or if you have unasked questions that would move your life forward, that's literally static in your brains, in your emotions, and in your life, that is dragging you down. Do you not realize that humans, you, me, you feel more tired in a dirty, chaotic room and environment? Why? Because you see it and you know that it can be better. What does that do? That becomes background static. It's like, this can be done, this can be done, this can be done, I can clean this can be straightened out, I need to do laundry, I need to cook this, I need to have this conversation, I need to make this decision, oh, tomorrow this and this and this. The more orderly The more orderly and engineered and curated your environment in the best way possible, the clearer and lighter that you will feel. You kill that fucking static and you will be amazed how being anxious, being low, being tired literally goes fucking away. And you will be amazed what happens when you kill these fucking labels, these stories, these narratives, these terms that have a real effect on your mental emotional framework, your actions, and your behaviors, such as depression, tired, hate. It's hard for those type of humans. Most businesses fail. X, A, B, and C, hard, whatever it fucking is. If it does not serve your body, your brain, your human life, being on fire, conditioning the wind, feeling fucking loving, and being your absolute best human self, it's literally not worthy of existing in your brain, in your emotions, or in the way that you behave in your human life. It's like, I don't allow tired to exist. I don't allow hard to exist. I don't allow fucking depression to exist, because that is literally enforcing, it is literally conditioning your brain and your emotions, your nervous system in the life that you are leading, in the life that you are building and creating. The story and the narrative that you are allowing to exist inside of you is literally having a real effect on the life that you are building and how you are feeling and the state that you are in while you are living and building it. What can we learn from elite operators such as Tony Robbins? They go into this. They see that it doesn't serve you to be hateful, to be low, to be depressed, to be anxious. So they have literally weaponized their physiology so they feel on fire. But when they do find themselves through those states, someone died. You're in immense amount of pain. Something fucking tragic happened. So ultimately, like, what can you do to just go through it faster? Face it. Weep if you need to. Feel fucking enraged if you need to. Just for a moment, like, digest that reality, emotionally, mentally, physically, whatever it is. But the moment that you know that it does not serve you to allow these moments, low negative moments, to compound into your life, you see that it's not worthy of my life to be low. It's not worthy of my life to be anxious. It's not worthy of my life to be depressed. It's not worthy of my life to not take action. It's not worthy of my life to not be proactive. It's not worthy of my life to not feel fucking on fire, to be my best human self at whatever it is that I'm doing, whatever it is that I'm building. It's just proactive, on fire, all the time, on all the time. All I see is the win. All I feel is love. All I do is growth. I just iterate, adapt, do, repeat, so I can be better for the rest of my human life. Because you see that that's literally the only winning strategy. The reason that these depression, tired, hard, oh, most humans this, oh, most businesses this, fuck them. Like, literally, the only reason that you realize that exists is because those are stories, those are narratives that control the masses. It controls the masses, and it has a very real effect on their brain, on the nervous system, on their emotion, which reinforces action and behavior, which reinforces the results of their life. But why does that happen? Why does that happen? Because for the most part, the masses, humans, me, you, unconsciously, we optimize for social cohesion, comfort, and survival. So that has to do with just absorbing the life that is around you, and literally just through mirror neurons and through adapting to them, you start feeling what they feel, using the terms that they use, allowing the narratives and the stories that control their life to control yours, because that is, like, honestly, that's the path of least resistance, and that's the path to quickly, immediately adapt to the environment just to survive and live in that environment. But when you realize that it does not serve your human life to live your best human life, literally be on purpose, be on fire, only be loving, only see growth, and only go for the win, so you can actually build the life that you want on purpose, rather to unconsciously let these forces that don't serve you to guide your entire life, and then just be like, I wonder why this and this and this. It doesn't fucking matter. Honestly, it doesn't fucking matter. If you're still watching this video, you do realize that you can weaponize your physiology to feel on fire for all your human life, and you do see that things that do not serve your body, your brain, your emotions, your nervous system, what you allow to exist in your own inner world, your mental emotional framework, whatever that you allow to exist, if it doesn't serve you, it's not worthy of you allowing to exist. You do realize that these terms, these labels, these stories, these narratives have a real effect on what you are conditioning your emotions, your nervous system, and your own inner world to be, and what state which you are in, which directly affects your actions and behaviors, which reinforces your identity. It reinforces your identity. It shapes who you are, which equals the outcome of your life human results. So now you know that that is real, and that you can literally condition the wind, condition love, condition growth, catch negative low thoughts, boom, condition, get them out of the way, boom. You're in a low state. What can you do? How can you use the body to feel fucking on fire? Are you in the best shape of your life? Because that is weaponizing your body to feel fucking on fire on a cellular level, on a brain level, to feel fucking greater. Have you optimized, or at the very least, increased your physiology to feel on fire? Are you in the best shape of your life? Yes or no? Are you having the hard conversations? Are you being proactive in your life? All these things. Like, are you doing the absolute best that you can be? Because anything that you are not facing, anything that you're not facing, is static in your brain, is static in your emotions, is static in your nervous system. What you are not facing, the conversations that you are not having, what you are not doing, the vices that you allow to exist become literal static that densify and pull you down and make you tired and anxious and low. It literally does that. So kill all of that. Be proactive. Kill the obvious first, and then get into the more details and be like, wow, the sun is brighter. I feel more loving. I feel great. I want to kiss more. I want to be more. Everything feels clear. Yes, being more sober of mind, sober of emotion, sober of life. Sometimes you see more painful reality of like death and the fact that nature is fucking metal, the fact that humans are part of nature, so humans are like organisms, and we do have an animal-like hierarchy, and we do live in a value-based society where you are, or unconsciously, you are perceived through your perceived status to who you are, through your perceived identity, and you are hierarchically, and you are judged in a way unconsciously by other humans in that way by who they see you as. But you start to see reality in a clear lens. When you start to see reality in a clear lens, you are playing on a more truthful, clear field. When you are playing on a clear field, you can be more intentional with what you are doing with your life, so you can create results on purpose. Because then, now that we're in the fact that humans are organisms, humans are nature, and how we adapt to our environment, and how we assimilate to our environment, and the identity that we are reinforcing through our behaviors and what we allow to exist in our own inner world, literally conditions our mental emotional framework, our own inner world. All of that fucking matters. So now that we're through that, you start to see that everything works in a very naturalistic pattern-like way. So now that you see, you know that there are formulas to create winning, to create success, to create growth, or to create mastery in any field. But first things first, part of being human, what I'm seeing, it's going to be repeated by human beings after I'm dead, and it's been repeated by human beings before I was even alive, is the fact that you got to control your own brain first. You got to control your own inner world first, so you take the necessary action and you do not allow the stories, the feelings, the thoughts, the pressures of the masses to drag you down. There's nothing wrong with surviving and being comfortable, but I do see something wrong where you allow things that do not serve you to exist in your own human life. If you want to live your best human life, you got to be fucking proactive to protect your mind, protect your emotions, protect your nervous system, so you don't allow these unconscious evolutionary patterns or pulls to assimilate to your environment, to feel as your environment feels, to be as your environment is, so you can purposefully position yourself, purposefully allow and create your inner world, purposefully take action and behavior to create yourself, to be masterful in the skills that you want to be masterful in, so you can actually just live your life. Because I see this as a godly experience. This is a spiritual experience. It is the spiritual experience to expand until you'll die. It is a spiritual experience to open up your brain so you're not limited by human frameworks, such as fucking fiat currency. It is a human creation. Why would you want to be limited by fiat currency? Paper money, bro. Do you know what money is, bro? Do you know what fiat currency is, bro? Do you want to be guided by unconscious desires so you can just make a profit in the marketplace and your entire life, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 80, 100, ooh, I made a profit in the marketplace. I had a good portfolio. Ooh, cool, bro. That's it? Like, that's all you did. You allowed the frameworks of humanity, the unconscious frameworks like hunger and lust and surviving to frame your entire life. I know that's not for you since you're still watching this video, but that's why you got to build your inner and outer world on fucking purpose and be proactive and stay on fire, stay tapped in to the higher intelligence. It can be the self-reorganizing intelligence that is the universe, or it can be a God, a heavenly father. It does feel fucking spiritual to be tapped in those flow states, those loss of self states, or they're just allowing yourself to surrender into being your best human self. And that has nothing to do with cluttering your human brain with things that you are not doing, whether human beings' opinions, judgment, things that do not serve you. If it's in your brain and it does not serve you, kill it and starve it from existence. You don't get that brain sugar back that you're using on thinking about other humans, you're using about talking about other humans, you're using about thinking about things that do not serve you. Anything that is static and that is not propelling you forward and upward to living your best human life, kill it from existence. Starve it. So quick stories of myself. All right, so the first time that I would allow these low negative states to control my life, I literally did a 5th year in high school because I was like, what's the point? Like, what's the point? Why am I keep going to school? Like, why am I keep going to school? So and my parents are immigrants, so they worked all the time, so I could stay home all day. So I literally just slept. I stayed up all night, slept all day. I didn't go to school. Fuck them. Like, I didn't see a point as to why. Like, I didn't want any specific role. I didn't want any specific job. I was like, what am I going to do after I graduate? I don't want to make a limited amount of money. I didn't want any of the roles. I didn't want to be a businessman. I didn't want to be president. I didn't want, like, none of that sounded great to me. But that's because, duh, it makes sense. We live in an unlimited life where you can make unlimited money. It's not about the money, but it's about absolute life freedom. So all those roles, those limited roles, I never wanted, even in my youthful age. So when I talked to the counselor, they wanted to put me on some sort of meds. But even then, I had the intuition to know that chemically altering my brain was not going to do anything for me. And it's natural to be in that low negative state when that signal of life that you do not like your life puts you in that low negative state. So that's the first time I personally experienced that depression. The second time is when I first went through my entrepreneurship experience. When I first went through my entrepreneurship experience, I did everything that I could do. I served the clients the best. I used a lot of money, but I found myself in a state about 2 years in where I had no clients, where I did everything in my power to get more clients, whether it's advertising videos, Facebook ads, Instagram ads, talk to all the nutrition shops, supplement shops, talk to everyone that I know, let it be known for X period of time. But then I found myself with no clients. So I had the privilege, as being an entrepreneur in that moment in time, just an independent personal trainer, to stay in bed for 7 to 21 days. Literally just slept as much as I could, 12 hours, 18 hours, didn't get out of bed. But I do see that low negative state only existed because I allowed it to exist. It only reinforced depression, which I never defined it as depression, but I've gone through what people may call as depression. It's not that I haven't been there, but I do realize now that those things don't serve you, your body, your brain, your human life. It literally doesn't serve you. And if it doesn't serve you, kill it. Words, labels, stories, narratives, anything at all that is not propelling you forward, do not allow it to assimilate into your brain, into your emotions, or into your nervous system. Because just like depression, hard, tired, difficult, a story or narrative where only 10% this, most businesses fail, most humans this and this and this, oh, it's hard. That's literally a story or a narrative or a label that has a very real effect on a human brain and on a human nervous system and emotions, which further reinforces that behavior. It creates an inner state. So don't allow those things to exist. You got to protect yourself on fucking purpose and realize that those common stories of the masses drag you down. It literally drags you down. So fuck them. Fuck them. Fuck them. Only see the win, only condition love, only see growth and move and propel forward. Weaponize your body and your brain so you feel fucking on fire all the time so you can live your life on purpose and do everything proactively so you feel light and clear. Curate and engineer your environment so you do everything in your power so it's a nice expansive environment where you've done everything in your power. Your car's taken care of, your room's taken care of, your home's taken care of, your family knows you love them, you've had all conversations, you are proactive, because then your brain literally expands. That static goes away. Start where you are and then just keep going forward so you can live on purpose and build fucking forward. Depression is the boogeyman. The moment you look under the bed, it goes away. Depression is like a fucking phantom. It is like a ghost, our own projection of your human brain. Stop projecting it. Just like tired, just like hard, just like any story or narrative that says X and X fail, most businesses this, most humans this, blah, 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 yap, 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 yap. Anything that does not serve you, kill it from existence. Do not allow it to seep into your own inner world. Be fierce, be sharp, live on purpose, condition winning, condition love, condition presence, condition God into the only moment that exists. Like literally, condition it, condition. Low negative thought, boom, condition, remember. You find yourself in a low negative state in your room or at home. Like what can you do to feel greater now? You don't get the time back, you don't get the energy back, you don't get the day back, you don't get the interaction back. And it all accumulates into your human life. It all compounds into your human life. Duh, it's not worthy of existing in your life. Like that moment, low negative moments aren't worthy of existing in your life. You know that to be true. So condition being on point on the time and then just sleep when you need to sleep. Sleep when you need to sleep. That's it. And then wake up and be on point from the moment that you wake up to the moment that you go in bed. Be purposeful from the moment that you wake up to the moment that you go to bed. Yes, it's a process, but that's what you're always going for, perfection. You're human, I get it. I'm human, we're human. But there's a lot of ways that you can weaponize your human physiology to do this. Peace, love, and blessings. I literally love you if you made it this far. You know that you can control your own human life. You know that we are in the most abundant, hyper-connected times in humanity so far. You know that you have absolute control over your body and your brain and the actions that you do in your human life, which create the results of your life. And you know that love, God, and winning is the answer. I love you, G. Do whatever it takes. I'll talk to you next time.